Hey, hey, hey. It's about to be week 4 of the Crawl Cosplay Something Something tournament. And, well, this time I'm actually getting this little promo video out on time because, we haven't even started yet. So, I think, well, with Raga's permission, I may be publishing this before the week even starts. So, you can make a little plan, little scheme to get your house in order before you even start your run, and maybe have a head start on everybody else. Although you shouldn't actually start the run until whatever the time is on the site itself, which of course will be linked in the description. And there you can get the information on when the week officially starts, so to speak, and how much time you have for your runs. This is an illicit little image that Raga sent me. I say illicit because it's not really like secret or illegal, but it is cut off at the top. We don't get to see who this man is. Well, it's Eustachio, I believe, the little summoner guy, the little summoner unique that we all know from the early game of DCSS. So we're cosplaying as Eustachio, which I think is a very, very old cosplay, one of the first. I assume it's probably been altered a bit for this challenge to make it harder. In fact, I'm sure it has, because I see some new spells down here. So we've got a human. Always kind of interesting to play humans. The aptitudes are they're not amazing. If I were to look at the aptitudes for human real quick, I would see a bunch of zeros everywhere, which is it's okay. It's good. It's decent. It's not, I say that -1 is okay, so 0 is actually, in my eyes, a little bit better than average, or a little bit better than okay, I guess would be the word for it. They do have a positive 1 stealth aptitude, which is kind of whatever, and a -1 spellcasting aptitude, which also is just whatever, and -1 shapeshifting, but everything else is 0. They're just very bland. There's nothing too interesting about them. I want to say that they added some kind of goofy ability to them relatively recently. Oh yeah, human. Oh yeah. This was part of PF's. Oh man, am I allowed to criticize the crawl devs in these? Maybe I'll keep this to myself. Let's just say that the Meteoran ability, where they gain HP and MP when revealing new tiles, was mysteriously transferred to human, which I will only say I think was a very strange decision. I'll be very nice about it. I'm keeping my cool. So we're supposed to play a human summoner. Pretty powerful ability, honestly, to be loaded onto human. We're allowed to play any god we want except for Trog or Okawaru, which is a treat in a crawl cosplay challenge because usually you're restricted to 1 or 2 gods. And in this one, we simply have to avoid the 2 martial ones, or these particular 2 martial ones. Trog certainly makes sense because, well, I assume we're going to need to be casting spells because we're supposed to be cosplaying as a guy who does summons. Anyway, let's go right on down here. Special rules or notes from the changelog. Summoners start with this new spell, the Crocodile, the Seismosaurus Egg. They've taken away the Blazeheart Golem, which I didn't really like much anyway. And they've taken away Lightning Spire, which has been nerfed into the ground, so kind of makes me shrug my shoulders. I don't know much about these spells. Let's read about them. Eryngia's Surprising Crocodile creates a temporary shallow water. That's abusable maybe for movement speed and whatnot and missed chance. And a Lunging Crocodile all at once to drag an enemy and the caster back. And the caster? Curious how that works. I know that crocodiles will attack and drag things into the water, but I don't know why it says drag an enemy and the caster back. I'm curious how that works. Certainly it would be a good summon. Crocodiles are a reasonably powerful monster, although level 4, I'd have to play with it to see how balanced that is. And then level 4 summon Earth, Seismosaurus Egg, creates an egg that will hatch into a mighty dinosaur if the caster stays next to it with a visible enemy. So it's another one of these new, sort of newfangled abilities that takes a few turns to take effect. You don't get to summon it, apparently, if visible enemies are not around, which is interesting. It's kind of the same thing they did to, what is it, the Simulacrum spell, where it's like really powerful, but it takes many turns to activate. This is not something I'd probably be a big fan of, although for all I know, maybe the Seismosaurus is real strong. It's 2 schools, though, so I might ignore that. But let's see what the conducts are.